We just launched episode 1 of the YouTube channel and we were overwhelmed with questions. I did ask the question, what do you guys want to know about? What do you want to see? What do you want to get insight on? And so we're going to do a quick sit down right now. We thought this would be the best way, and we're just going to ramble off a few questions, and that's what this session is going to be about. So this is the best way we could figure out how to answer those. Here we go. That's a wide open-ended question. Am I racing a sprint? Am I racing an Ironman? Is it an A race, a B race? I mean, when I'm in shape, I can hold, and I'm not a pro, guys. This is not like racing's not how I make my money. I'm about 250, 245 watts for a half Ironman. And then it goes both directions. Probably 300 plus watts for a sprint and maybe 210 for a full Ironman. Great question. I would have to say cheers, only because I was appalled by Tiger King because I didn't realize such stupidity existed on this planet. It really opened my eyes. I've never seen Game of Thrones, not my jam. And cheers just makes me happy. It brings me back to my childhood growing up. We had a TV and that was always on. Yeah, I mean, we link up with people all the time on rides and running the trail in the mountains here. If you see me, you want to tag along, everybody's welcome, man. Favorite food? Actually, I love fruit. I eat fruit all the time, but I am a good old-fashioned steak and potatoes guy. I have my own cut of steaks. I grill it for myself on the barbecue. The rest of my family's not big meat eaters. And then potatoes. I eat a ton of potatoes. I literally make hash browns almost on the daily. I'm a potatoes and eggs guy in the morning and a steak and potatoes guy at night. And I love sushi. Everybody's got time for sushi in their life. There's many ways to answer this, right? You hit a wall, and do you find out what type of person you are by breaking through it? Do you give up and go back to the drawing board and hopefully learn something from it? On any journey that anybody's on, your why or reason has to be different, and you have to put in a lot of thought into why you're doing what you're doing. And then in the moment, you have to have enough experience or whatever you want to call it, that in that moment when it gets real and you feel like you're backed into a corner, you have enough courage to keep going and pushing through. But really, you need to think about why you're doing what you're doing and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Yeah, hopefully throughout this entire series that we're doing, and that's really the reason we're doing this behind the scenes, is because this is a family effort, and we are going to bring in pieces of my wife and my 5 kids and all of it to show that we work on these projects together. And it takes an entire family in order to do this. So more to come on family life balance. Yeah, we're basically at the end of every single week, we're going to do a video that kind of sums up my training week, which activities I did, how long I did each of them, and why I did them. Again, that's the reason we're doing a series like this, is to showcase how we train and why we do the things we do. I am wearing a Fazari hat right now. Obviously, I love Fazari. My advice to anybody new coming into the sport, don't go from couch to a really aggressive high-end triathlon bike. I suggest a lot of people start with a road bike because then if you like the sport, you can use that road bike, but also use it for casual riding, mountain riding. And then if you really love the sport, you can get a second bike or upgrade. I would encourage everybody to start with a road bike. Lot easier on the budget, and Fazari is a great option for anybody getting into the sport or anybody that wants to do the sport at the highest level. Common question. Again, it depends. Am I training for a sprint or am I training for an Ironman? Am I in the early build phase where I'm focusing on strength and power? Or am I more into my build where it's going to be longer endurance, muscular endurance at that point? For this challenge coming up, I'll probably peak at 30 to 35 hours a week of actual training. And then there's on top of that, there's recovery and eating and travel to this setup, and I mean, just so much. And so this is going to be more than a full-time job. And really, we can coach someone to do any type of racing and build a custom program depending on the time that the athlete has available to them. As long, with that, you have to realize that your expectations need to align with the amount of preparation that you've done. So short answer to that question is it'll range anywhere from 10 hours to 35 hours a week for me. Yeah. Actually right now we're going to be sharing all the training that we're doing. I've decided at the end of every week, I'm going to do like a training summary, kind of what I did during that week and the volume that I did. But we run an entire coaching program. So anybody that wants to get coaching or training, we're launching a new app for kind of general fitness. And then we've got Iron Cowboy Racing. And racing doesn't mean you have to be an elite. We coach all levels. So yes, we will share with you a lot of training and training programs. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the behind the scenes journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified when new episodes are coming, turn on your notifications. If you want somebody else to enjoy the journey, tell a friend about it. We'd really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.